What are your thoughts on Erin O'Toole's removal as Conservative leader?
I believe it was probably coming. I think the Conservative Party is kind of getting split into two, and it's hard for one person to manage both groups.
Well, Erin O'Toole, I voted for him. That was the biggest mistake I made in my life. I thought he had the people's backs, but apparently he don't, you know. I mean, I have no problem with the vaccine. Anybody wants to get her, go get it. But if you don't want to, you should have that right.
He helped Trudeau win again, really. I think the Conservative Party was in with the Liberals on it. If they would have put a strong leader, Trudeau never would have been voted back in.
I was a little bit disappointed early in the game once Erin started, I like to call it, I don't want to be too mean, but I mean, he started flip-flopping on some of his issues and I didn't agree with it. You know, one thing we're here today is mandates. Freedom, and I thought that he was flipping back and forth a little too much on that for my liking.
I don't really care that much. Maybe I feel a little sorry for him, but at the same time, I kind of feel like he did it to himself. He flip-flopped on a lot of things, and that's politics.
His removal, I'm just nervous that, like, I do think the Conservatives have a lot of, like, valid points, like, in elections, of course. Each side does, but I'm nervous if they elect someone who is going in a way of, like, I don't want to say extremism, but who isn't open to the voices of all Canadians and is in a group of, like, specific thinkers.
Well, there's a lot of irony that a lot of the convoy came demanding that Justin Trudeau resign, and in the end they ended up ousting the leader of the wrong party. I'm worried, actually, that with Erin O'Toole was fairly moderate. I think with his stepping down, it leaves room for some more dangerous people to take his place.
I think it would be good to try a new leader, so I'm happy with that. Yeah.
I think it's a big blow to the Conservative Party, actually, because he was kind of a centrist. Although he ran on like a true blue Conservative, he switched to being more moderate in the general election.
Well, I think that was probably smart of the Conservatives to do that, but that party is kind of self-destructing and being torn apart by, you know, different elements that want to go different directions. So I don't know where it's going to go from here. But I think he was well past his due date.
I think it was about time. Actually, it's been literally useless and worthless as a leader of the opposition. I think Pierre Boisvert have been always doing the real work. Same with Candice Bergen. So it was due for a very, very long time. And I think the next step is for the NDP and the Liberal as well to have a review on the leadership, and hopefully this will happen soon.
Agree or disagree, I think it was inevitable. I mean, that party is divided, and I don't think anybody is able to go on both sides of the divide.
Yeah, he needs to be replaced, but it's going to be very difficult for whoever succeeds him because the party split. And you can see that with the trucker response in Ottawa, where some of the party are making friends with him and others are staying away.
Felt bad for him, but, you know, it sucks whenever you get voted out of something. So
he lost an election. Yeah. That always happens. You lose the election, you're out. If Trudeau, when he loses the election, he'll be out within 6 months. Harper was out within a few months. That's what happens. They just resign, right? There's no sense staying there.
So the party is very fractured, and I don't know if they can heal their house because it's not the Big Tent Conservative Party that Brian Mulroney was elected on, and it's fractured with the Reform Party, and that's not fixable in my opinion. So I think he was just basically a victim of, I think the convoy basically created the exit.
If they feel like he doesn't represent their best choice in terms of winning the next election, then all power to them to replace him with someone else.
I mean, it's always a big thing in the Conservative Party for years now that they're not happy with their leader. So I think they really should make up their mind. I'm originally from Germany, as you can tell because of my accent. So the experience there was that Angela Merkel said, okay, we want to be a part of the middle of people. So they moved into the middle and not to the right wing. So the problem in Germany was that there's now a right-wing party in parliament. That was a shift for sure. And I think Canada has the same problem, or the Conservatives have the same problem. They have to make up their mind. Do we want to cover the right wing as well, or be there for most of Canadians in the middle, being a real conservative democratic party? And that's their decision. And yeah, good luck with that.